Hey there guys, what is going on? It is Gale right here, back on 5-9 Mobile, and we are here with the global launch of Counterside. Yes, this is the game that we actually covered about a year ago on the channel. We covered the Southeast Asian version of the game. Basically, it's a different server entirely, but it's finally here on global. And today with me, I don't have Nolar again. Nolar's a busy man these days, and instead we got the second best option, like I said in the Nino Kuni video. Ice Cold Joker, say hello, mate.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be back again. Always happy to be second runner-up to Nolar, the big boss, so I'm happy.
There we go. So since we've already covered the game before, today is just going to be more about how is the best way to reroll on the global version of the game, what are you looking for, and just discussing the game in general, because this is the first time Joker is actually playing the game. So I'm going to be asking Joker more so about the game, how he feels, because you guys probably must have heard my opinion, you've heard Nolar's opinion on the game. We love the game. We think the game is actually really good. It's a pretty good gacha game. So let's start off with this. So if you want to start rerolling, sign in as a guest. Do not link anything to anything. Don't link this account to anything until you know you want this account. So Joker, you've been playing the game for about an hour or so far. How are you finding the game?
Actually, I went into this game completely blind. Like, I hadn't read anything, I hadn't watched any gameplay, because I wanted to go in with a fresh kind of idea. And I was kind of surprised. It's not a game that I normally play. You know, I play like turn-based stuff, and I play Dokkan. And so kind of this auto battle, but selecting units is a very new experience to me. But the game looks incredible. Like, I did not expect this kind of level of visual out of it. And I'm so glad that the in-game sprites are not super chibi, because that is always like a super big turnoff for me.
Yep.
So the fact that the character models do look as good as they do, and they're relatively humanoid, is just a really big plus to me.
Yeah, they're just effectively scaled down versions of themselves. It's not like a chibi, like big bobblehead kind of big, like stocky kind of body, but it's just like effectively just scaled down versions of their original selves, which is definitely nice. But as you guys can see, we're going through the tutorial right now. You guys can get an idea on how the game is. You basically get a team, a global cost I should say, and you start placing your units on the field accordingly, trying to combat against the enemy on the other side. You're defending your side basically. It's somewhat of a semi-tower defense, but not really a tower defense where you actually like place your units in like specific spots and stuff, right? It's not like an Arc Knights, but it's a very similar concept. So how are you finding that sort of concept, the gameplay element of this, Joker? Because I know this may not be for everybody for sure, right? Because this sort of a gameplay is more passive than anything else. Obviously, there is still an element of strategy in it, because you're keeping an eye on, you know, how your units are doing. Oh, if a unit dies, you're bringing them back into the field. So what do you think on a game like this so far?
Man, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I guess I would say, because there is just so much going on screen. Like, I don't even recognize that we have alts. Like, that purple icon that pops up, I never see it. I have no idea what's going on.
Yep. I will agree with you on that one. That's one thing I wish was maybe placed on the unit itself rather than actually on, you know, the top of the unit in the game itself or in the gameplay side of things. I wish it was on the bottom screen so you can just click it and move on from there, because it does, when there's so much going on, when you have so many units on your side, the enemy is doing a crazy amount of stuff as well, it can get a little bit congested is the best way to put it, right? So it is a little bit tricky in that regards. Now, of course, the one thing I want to also add on to this as well is that this game is PvP based. There is a PvP mode in it. From what I remember, because I never got to the point where there was PvP in my version of the game, because I kind of stopped a little bit later on, about 2 to 3 weeks afterwards, because there was just too many gachas coming around at that time, so I got focused on other stuff as well. But I know Nolar said that the PvP can be a little bit on the side of, you know, whales, of course, but I mean, what PvP isn't? There's very few PvPs out there that are actually skill based and, you know, don't get influenced by power or, you know, dupes and stuff. But does that deter you in any way? Does it make you actually more interested to see how the strategy will be in a game like this, especially because of how the gameplay elements are, Joker? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what PvP looks like in this game. Like, I can just only assume that you have like 2 ships on either side and you're just sending units at each other, but I really don't understand how like dupe systems work in this game yet, so I don't know if like how big the whale meter is on this game.
Yep.
It could be huge, it could be small, but I assume that it is a gacha game, so
It'll
people
be
are
on
gonna
the
summon a
steeper
lot.
side. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one more thing as well. I will say, like, compared to most gachas, I don't know if you've been in the shop just yet, Joker, but there is a lot in the shop. This is one of those games where they will shove a bunch of packs in your face, pretty much, right? And it's ridiculous because, like, I go into the shop, and this was something that was noticeable even when it was on the SEA version or Southeast Asian version as well, was that there's just so many packs available. There's packs available for like £3, there's packs available for £20, there's packs available for like a ridiculous like to a 20 like £35. It's just like every number you can imagine, there is a pack for that, and it's really good in that sense, because if you're a whale, you have just multiple options right now. Like, for example, if we were to play something like Dokkan and stuff, it kind of does tend to be on the more limited side. Of course, global gets tickets and stuff, and if you look at other gachas as well, there's only like usually like, oh, you know, subscription packs, a battle pass, and then maybe like, oh, a 1+1 kind of offer effectively, right? But this one has just there's like a crazy amount of packs. There's multiple currencies as well that you have to keep an eye out on, so it can be a little bit tricky. I don't know if you've been in the shop yet, but Joker, but what do you think to that?
I have not been in the shop yet. I'm still working on my reroll, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But based on like most of the other games that start off on the SEA and CN servers, they do tend to be more heavily monetized, I've noticed, in terms of
Yes.
gacha games.
Mm-hmm.
The JP games, you know, there are a lot of monetization options, but I think they don't throw it quite as in your face as the CN versions and SEA versions do.
Yep.
So I kind of expect it.
Yeah, no, definitely agree with you on that one for sure. It's something that's noticeable when it comes to CN and KR games. It's just that they're ridiculously monetized for sure. Now, okay, I think we're about to enter our reroll center. All right, so this is where things get a little bit interesting, because this isn't just like your normal reroll game basically, or the way you normally reroll in a gacha game. So when you get to this point in counter side, do not click this button. Absolutely do not touch this button. What you need to do is close the game, pull it back up, because what the game will do when you pull it back up is it will not force you to do that summon specifically. It'll just avoid that force summon entirely. So you want to try and avoid doing that. Do not touch that button, because what you want to do is save up that currency when you're re-rolling in counter side right now. That's the primary thing you want to do, because that's not the banner you want to summon on. You want to summon on a different banner, because there are a couple of units you need to try and get in the game. So the first unit that you want to get, and the biggest one in all honesty, is Awakened Hilda, which we'll come on to in just a second once we get all our, you know, rewards and stuff. So yeah, as you guys can see, they just allow you to get past the summons. You don't have to go and do it necessarily, which is great. You know, always what is that's one thing that's very nice, because most games what they make you do is you have to summon no matter what, right? So that's a good thing. The next thing you want to do is pick up your stuff from the mail. Just pick it all up, see what you get. You do get a free 10 pull from the mail automatically. This is where you want to try and get Gaeyun if possible. Here we've gotten Lee Soo-yeon, not somebody we would necessarily want, so we're just going to skip past it. But the units that you ideally want is Gaeyun, Chifuyu, and Awaken Hilda. The first thing you want to do is try and get Awaken Hilda, so we're going to try and do that right now, right? It's a pretty easy method to reroll in all honesty. So as you guys can see, there's all of this. The next thing you want to do is go to manage account, enter coupon, and this is where you must put in CS trailer, because they've given you guys a code basically to use CS trailer. It's cap sensitive, so make sure it's full caps, because Joker over here, we kind of struggled a little bit there. We were confused as to why it didn't work, and then we realized it was cap sensitive. You get 1,000 currency here, right? So now we go back, we go to recruit, right? Because what they'll do is they'll make you do the selective recruit, close the game again. Do not do the selective recruitment. It's not necessary right now. The first thing you want to do is and for the purpose of this video, we'll just progress on, but the thing you want to do here is now try and get Awakened Hilda. So let's see if we can get her. How are your attempts going over there, Joker?
I'm still running through the tutorial right now because it's slow going,
Yeah.
but I have not been able to ever pull Hilda yet. I've
Yeah.
gotten Gayun once, and I've gotten a different unit, but not the Awakened Hilda. So I'm still looking
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Yeah, no, and we'll look at the rates as well before we jump into the summons and everything, so you guys get an idea on how the game exactly works and the pity system as well. So when it comes to the ensured recruitment, you get 15 multis for the awakened units. The rates for these units, the employment probability is that it's a 1% rate guaranteed for Hilda featured rate, but the SSR rate is 3.5%. The overall SSR rate is a little bit lower, but the featured rate is really good at a 1% rate in my personal opinion. It is, the only thing is of course that it's just marred by so many other
There's
SSRs in the,
everything in there.
yeah, exactly. And if you look at the normal recruitments, there is also a free recruit for like 16 days basically. So you can do a multi every single day for like 16 days or something like that, which is really, really good in my opinion. And if you look at the other banners as well, they're very similar. 3.5% SSR rate and then a 1% featured rate, which is all good and all well and good. But yeah, you want to first and foremost do this. So once you get your currency and all of that, do the classified recruitment quartz package. You want to buy that, and then you can do a free multi on this banner. You also do get a free single as well, which you have to do no matter what. So let's just do that free single, see what we get here. I mean, if you get Hilda here, that'll
I swear
be
to God, if
ridiculous.
you get it on the single, I'm gonna leave.
I don't think I am. I think it's a 1-star or 2-star here. Yep, it's a 1-star. I would have been surprised if I'd actually gotten a Hilda there, but you now do the multi over here, see what you get. You want to try and get Hilda here. You do not want anything else, particularly in this situation. If you do get something else, you probably want to leave the game, you know, restart, and we'll show you exactly how that works. We are getting a 3-star here, which is good. We'll see what we get here. But if you do not get Hilda, we'll show you exactly what you need to do in order to, you know, reset your account and whatnot. Because the one thing about this game is we got Titan. That's decent. Titan's a decent unit. The Titan is a decent unit from what I've heard. But you don't have to reinstall the game or clear data or anything of that sort. It's a very simple process of restarting your account. You do have to go through the tutorial again. Yeah, we didn't get anything there. Again, this is where you would probably reset your account because you want to try and get it. But again, like I said, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to move on. And then you go into your recruitment candidates. If you were to get Hilda, if you got Hilda, now you move into the selective recruits, because this is where you get Chifuyu. You want to try and get Chifuyu right here. Okay, that was really big sparks. Let's see what we get here. And here we got Gayun. Gayun is really solid as well. That's not a bad option. If you didn't get Chifuyu, then you get Gayun. We got Chinatsu, not the right Nanahara. We need Nanahara Chifuyu, so let's restart that again. But yeah, you get 30 attempts, sorry, not 3 attempts, 30 attempts at trying to get Chifuyu here. So yeah, effectively you want to go Hilda, Chifuyu, and then if you can, try and get Gayun off the free 10 roll in the mail you got, or, you know, just waiting until you probably get her from the free multis per day. That's also an option. We got Gayun again. Really, game? Are we really not gonna get? Oh, there we go. Chifuyu is right there. Perfect. So this is where you get Chifuyu, and that's the unit you want. Too. Yep. Perfect. There we go. Just in time. Just in time. So yeah. Again, it's very simple. There on. Actually, I completely forgot what I needed. I forgot to do that. No, I'm not gonna review the game right now. Stop. All right, there we go. So yeah, now you do the free recruit 10 times and then you go from there. So yeah, the reroll process is very simple. To be quite honest, you wouldn't find it extremely difficult at all. It's easy to follow, it's easy to understand. And now is the main thing. How do you restart your account? What you need to do is very simple. Go into the settings, go into manage account, delete account. It will be reset instantly and won't be restored, but you don't have to do the download whatsoever. It's very, very straightforward and very simple. Honestly, this is probably one of the best rerolling experiences. Of course, the only reason why this is so a little bit extra complicated in terms of like, oh, you're trying to get multiple units. That's the only reason why it's a little bit tricky. But overall, I'd say this is probably one of the better rerolling experiences, period. What do you think, Joker? How are you finding the rerolling so far? I mean, I know you're still struggling over there, but how are you doing?
Yeah, I literally, as you were talking, I just reset my account and I'm going back to the tutorial now. But yeah. I think the only way that I could think of this reroll process being easier is if there was a button to just skip the tutorial.
Yes,
because I know some gacha games definitely have that button and you can immediately go to the gacha part, which is what most people would like to see. It's unfortunate that this one doesn't, But also another kicker is that the whole double reset thing, which doesn't take a lot of time, honestly.
Yep.
But it is interesting that you have to reset and not do that forced multi, and then reset again to not do the selective part and just do the Hilda summons over and over. So that does take a little bit of extra time, which I kind of wish wasn't there.
Yep.
But it honestly could have been worse because you might have to, delete the entire data and download 5 gigs again and take forever. So
yep,
it's okay.
Yeah, for sure. So now, yeah, there's a battle pass here. This is your battle pass. You do get a free unit here. This is the unit that you can pull as well, to be quite honest. So it's not necessary you need to go for the battle pass. But you do get currency on the other side, so that's fine. You get past missions, you get daily and weekly missions you need to complete. They give you more EXP. So let's look at the shop now. This is what I was talking about earlier on, and the amount of stuff in here. Trust me, there is a lot. So you've got all of this here. And remember, this game also has skins. We don't have any skins available right now, if I'm not mistaken, but there are skins in the game. So you have all of these packages. We're gonna look at these. These are admin coins. These are stuff you'll use to buy effectively the battle pass and stuff. This is the more premium currency, effectively. So you're gonna buy this to get the premium currency, and then you can...
72 pounds.
Yeah, 73 pounds for 13,000 admin coins. You can use this as well to get effectively, also these are weekly coins and monthly coin packages. Then you have quartz as well you can buy, but you use the admin coins to buy the quartz. So it's kind of like Genshin in a way. You buy the Genesis crystals and then you convert them into Primo Gems into tickets, basically. Because for specifically stuff like Hilda, you will want to do that to get these black tickets, because the black tickets are what effectively are used for the awakened units effectively. So that's what you want to do. But yeah, there's a lot of packages like this. There's a lot of like special, sort of what you call it, subscription packs, rank based packs, and you'd use if you use these many stamina. This is the perfect example. Yeah, if you use this much stamina, because this Eternium is effectively your stamina, use that much stamina, you get that much currency as well. So there's a lot of packages like this. It's genuinely a whale's heaven, in my opinion, because of how much you can buy and what all options you have. And like I said, once they add skins, it's game over, because there's just another addition on top of that, right?
Wait, what was that? Was that a custom pack that you could build your own whale set?
Yeah, basically, yes, yeah. So you could basically just like say, oh, I want this, then I want a little bit of this, and then I want a bit of this, basically, yes. So you can literally just build it up yourself as well. Yep, that is exactly how it works. So you can do like this as well. So you ideally would want to go for this. I mean, this is not bad as well, nor is this, but you're gonna go for something like the classified employment. Yeah, you want to go for the black tickets. You're gonna go for that. You're gonna go for maybe some of the APT cores possibly here, and so on and so forth. So that, again, you're probably gonna build it perfectly for what you need, what you're lacking in effectively, more so than anything else. But like I said, this game has a lot to it, obviously. So let's go into one more stage of the game itself. So let's go into an operation to just give you guys an idea now that we've gotten the effective units as well, show you guys like how it works out and how you set it up. Effectively, your first 4 units on the top of this menu that you guys can see, your squad, are the first 4 units you will get on your rolls, basically. So
yeah, I did not know that when I started playing.
Yeah, so basically when you're going into the stage, basically the 4 units on the top is what you'll get first, and then they'll start coming in one after the other afterwards once you start putting stuff on the floor. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just swap it around. One thing I really appreciate is that it's super easy to like move around units, thankfully, bless them for that. You can also change ships in the future. I don't necessarily remember the differences between the ships right now, but of course we might do a follow-up video soonish, maybe in the next week or so, and we'll give you guys an idea on that for sure. So let's deploy, let's see what happens, and let's get into the actual event now with these force or these SSRs that we've obtained. But yeah, the reroll process is super simple. Obviously a little bit extra in terms of the steps you need to do, but overall, if you are just going for like the main units, you want to go for Hilda, Chifuyu, and then Geiyun, basically is what you need to go for. All right, so let's place these units. Titan over there is massive, bro.
That is a giant robot, Lord.
Bro, he's actually huge. He's genuinely huge. All right, let's bring out you as well. There we go, and then we'll just do this so that we can get the attack off. Basically, there we go. All right, but yeah,
I
no.
don't think I've ever actually seen Titan in gameplay.
Yeah, he's a big one. He's a very much a big one, and he's dead already. Fantastic. You love to see it. But overall, I think the game is really, really well designed. Like I said, I think you know, while we all kind of eased off playing it, I think the biggest thing was that it was super friendly in a way, because you were getting so many SSR tickets. The only thing that would be a little bit detrimental to a lot of players would probably be the classified tickets that you would need to get for, or the black tickets for the awakened units. Apart from that, you get a bunch of contracts or employment contracts that you can use to basically you know, spend on the normal banners and stuff. It felt like you were getting that regularly. Can I use my ultimate, please? Thank you. Game, appreciate it big time. But yeah, I think overall the game is fun and it's really enjoyable. There is also a 2x speed and on auto mode as well, which we haven't unlocked yet. That will be unlocked in about, I think it's unlocked in like the second episode or later on in the first episode. But so far, what do you think, Joker? I mean, you've been playing the game for like an hour and a half basically. Obviously you haven't done much beyond that because you've been re-rolling. But how do you feel about the game so far? What are your thoughts?
I mean, overall, it did surprise me with the style of gameplay, but I don't dislike it. Like, it is very new in my eyes, but I like it. It's very fast paced. It keeps me on my toes. It's definitely not a game you can just kind of like leave for a while, like Dokkan or Slime. But I enjoy the visuals. I enjoy the action, and honestly, like besides the maybe overly monetized part of it, I think it's a pretty good game so far. But again, I've only gone like 5 minutes into the actual story, so maybe I'll have different thoughts later on.
You might. Again, this is a game that we kind of, you know, put aside for a bit because we just weren't big fans of it initially. But honestly, I really do enjoy the game. I really did enjoy the game first. I might play it a little bit more now that it's on global. And I want to just see how the actual end game experience is, because that's something I personally never experienced when I first played the game. I kind of left the game midway through effectively just to play other gachas and stuff, you know. So I want to definitely try it out. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below, how are you guys finding the game so far? It's only been like 2 hours or so at the time of this recording since the game dropped, or actually more 3 hours I would say. So let us know what you guys are thinking of the game so far. If you have played the game before, let us know how are you finding the game now, if you're on the Southeast Asian servers or if you're playing the Korean servers. I'm curious to see what you guys think of the game, you know, a year on basically. And yeah, if you have any questions down below, let us know. We'll try and answer them to our best of our capabilities, or you know, somebody smarter than us might already respond to you, who knows. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I don't know why I struggled there, but subscribe to the channel nonetheless. And thank you, Joker, for joining in on this video with me, and we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.